what do I do? You see the title of the video. This 21-year-old kid goes from $0 to making $70,000 in a little under 3 months. What's going on, everyone? My name is Lorenzo. Welcome to the channel. This channel is going to be all about how to make money online and quit your 9 to 5. Anyways, a little bit about myself. I'm 21 years old. I've been doing e-commerce, which I'm going to explain what that is if you guys don't know what it is. I've been doing e-commerce for a few years now. This actually is one of my third stores. The first 2 stores, they did all right. They were pulling in maybe $1,000 a week. Nothing compared to what I'm doing now. I'm gonna take you guys on the journey on how I do it, and we're all gonna grow together. I'm more of a self-taught, trial and error type of person. However, I did receive some help from some fellow people that are doing 6 figures, well over 6 figures a day. So kudos to them. I do e-commerce. If you guys are not familiar with e-commerce, basically what it is you build an online store through Shopify's platform. You find products, you try to beat your competition, you market the products, advertise it, whether it be Facebook, Google, Snapchat, YouTube, Instagram, any of that. You market the products and you make money. Now a lot of people are asking, there got to be a catch to this. What is the catch? The catch is you have to be willing to fail. You have to be willing to spend some money just to figure out what works. Of course, not everything's gonna work. You may see a product, for example, a watch or a pair of leggings that you can get for $3, $4 and sell for $50. However, there's a million other companies that are doing it, so you got to find your unique way in that specific market. So my first store, the reason I started all of e-commerce, I was just finished my freshman year of college, going into my sophomore year. It was Christmas break. I went back home, and it was literally like 11 o'clock at night. I was doing what probably most of us do, just go on YouTube and just watching random videos. I saw a video just like what this video is titled, 0 to 70,000 in a month, or in a couple months. I saw this video. It was like a 15-year-old kid who made $80,000 in one day while he was at school, and I was like, what the hell? There's no way this is real. So what I did, of course, it wasn't, there's always those clickbait videos, but I decided, hell, why not click on it, see what I can do. I was working at the time, but, working, retail jobs, because I'm in school still, just to kind of pay for extra expenses. I clicked on the video, I started watching this kid, and he said he had been doing it, since he was 11 or something. I was like, how the hell does this kid even know about how this process works? So I watched the kid, and he explained everything. He kind of just said how it happened. He built his store. He did a shout out with the big Instagram influencer. If you guys aren't familiar with Instagram influencers, basically those are people with high following counts that you can go to help kind of promote your brand, promote your product, just to give you awareness, drive traffic, potentially drive sales. He purchased one Instagram shout out, and I believe he said it was like $500 or something, and it made him all of that money in literally one day. So he made over $70,000 off of spending $500. That's why I say, guys, you have to be willing to spend a little bit of money. The problem is he could have spent $500 and made $0. He just had a winning product. He did effective product research, and he marketed in front of the right people. So after watching that video, most people, and I'll be blunt with you guys, most people who watch this video are gonna watch it and they're gonna be like, yeah, but there's too much work to put in it. He's making money, cool. I'll just watch him and continue to watch him and just watch him get all this nice stuff and all this financial freedom and live this comfortable life, but not do anything about it. I strongly suggest you guys to stay tuned in with this channel, because I'm gonna be, giving you guys a lot of free value on how to be successful in this industry. I've spent the money already. I've failed already. I know what it takes. I know the tricks, the algorithms. I know the ins and outs of how to do it. So if you kind of just follow what I do, you're bound to, you know, start making money. I'm not saying you're gonna make $80,000 in a day. It could happen. It's not something that happens overnight. So what I'm telling you guys is, don't be that guy that's just gonna watch and not do anything. Do what I did. As soon as I was done watching that video, I literally clicked on the link in the description, which I'll leave a link to Shopify so you guys can check out Shopify. You get a free trial to start it out. I literally clicked on the link, started my free trial, did, you know, the basic information. That next day I woke up at like 10 a.m., 9 a.m., something like that, and literally worked for 14, 15 hours straight on the computer, just customizing my site, building my site, perfecting it, making sure that it was user friendly for mobile, making sure that, you know, it was looked professional enough to where, hey, I actually might buy from this person, even though I had never heard of this brand. The first, you know, company that I started, I think it was called like Smile Bright or something like that, Brighter Smile Aisle. If you guys have me on social media, I'm sure you guys remember that. A lot of, you know, friends and people that I have on social media actually helped, you know, bring in a lot of traffic, you know, because they would post it for me, share it for me. That's what I was doing, guys. I was doing a model called Dropshipping with Shopify, and now I'm teaching you guys how to do it. So the first product though that I chose, and it was, you know, kind of, I didn't do much research on it. I just kind of figured, hey, this product's gonna work. It's something that, you know, people enjoy. It was teeth whitening charcoal. You see it everywhere. There's, you know, so many different companies that promote it that you can get a piece of the pie, but it's just, you're not gonna have enough spend to outcompete them because they're already way up there. Excuse me. So with them being way up there already, you know, I was running the store for a few months, maybe like 4 or 5 months. My very first day, I actually broke $100 in the first day, and most people don't do that, and it's not because they can't or because it's hard. It's because they didn't take the time to build their website and make it look professional before it actually went live. They didn't take the time to do all these little things, you know, the description, you know, the color scheme. They didn't do all the little things to where it would, you know, eventually start paying them money. So I made $100 my first day. I was happy. I was telling my parents, hey, what if I started making $500 a day? Is there a point of me going to college anymore? Because I'd literally be wasting money when I've learned a skill that I can use for a lifetime. The internet's not going anywhere anytime soon. I've learned marketing through Facebook. I've learned marketing through Instagram. I've learned all different angles of marketing to where I can help companies, you know, get 5-6 figures. When I first started, I would just share the link with the friends, be like, hey, can you guys post this on your Snapchat story? Can you put it on your Twitter, your Instagram, stuff like that? I'll give you stuff for free in exchange. I did that the first week. I made over $1,200, and I was like, wow, this stuff actually is legit. I made more in 1 week than I was, you know, making in a month working at, you know, retail stores or stuff like that. So I was like, you know what, I kind of like this stuff. I was able to go to sleep at night, and I remember it was I think the 3rd or 4th night. I'm not entirely sure. It was the 3rd or 4th night. It just hit midnight, and I remember by 12:04 a.m. I had made $80. I was thinking, wow, I made $80 in 4 minutes. The day has just started. Why isn't everyone doing this? And the reason is, a lot of people see it. A lot of people are misinformed or uninformed. But then, you know, you have those people that like the idea but never take action. Oh, I'm gonna do it. You know, I'm working on it. I'm busy right now. You're busy doing what? You know what I mean? If you can't make time to make money while not even, you know, doing work, then why are you here? You know, why are you watching this video if that's not something that you're interested in? This type of you know, business model is, you're gonna put in a lot of work at the beginning, you know, countless hours making sure everything's up to date. Eventually, where I'm at now is it's on autopilot. You know, I just have ads rolling and I have, you know, people placing orders. Each night I go on, fulfill some orders. I ended up shutting that store down, not knowing that I could sell it at the time, because I started venturing off. So like I said, I started with the teeth whitening stuff, and then I started adding leggings, and leggings became, you know, my best sellers. But it was leggings on a teeth whitening site, and it's just like, why? I was thinking like, it's making me money, but why was I doing that? You know, you go to a teeth whitening site, the site was called like brightersmileaisle.com. You go to that, and then you all of a sudden see all these leggings and pictures of nothing related teeth. So I ended up closing that store down, generated a few $1,000s, and then a few months later, you know, I opened up another store. This time I wanted the store to focus on more athletic wear. Again, if I have you on Snapchat, Instagram, stuff like that, you guys probably remember this. I opened up this store based around leggings and, you know, shapewear, stuff like that. It's actually still up and running to this day. I actually sold it off to someone, realizing then, hey, I could sell the store and make, you know, a significant amount of money. So I sold the store. The reason I sold the store is not so much because it wasn't doing well. It's more so I wasn't taking the time to actually apply everything that I knew at the time and just keep sticking with it. I would have good days, I would have bad days, but I wouldn't continue to stick with it. So I sold it the day after the Super Bowl, which was I think it was last Super Bowl. I think I sold it. I had one final sale, and it was literally like, if this team wins, you get 50% off. If the underdog wins, you get 60% off, or something like that. And I just sold it because I wasn't putting the time, you know, in to make sure everything was up and running properly. I was just happy off of that initial high, and I wasn't, you know, continuing to, you know, respond to customers, make sure that the orders were fulfilled on time, stuff like that. Started getting complaints. You know, I just wasn't taking the time. It's not like it took a lot of time, but I wasn't putting time away to work with the business. So I sold it off, and then I was working a valet job, high-end valet. We do all sorts of events, Matthew McConaughey, Mac Brown, stuff like that. So it's real high-end, and some of the valet guys, they were talking about e-commerce, and I was like, wait a minute, I think they're talking about something that I, you know, used to do. And they were talking about getting into it, and I was like, yeah, I, you know, had a few stores before. I, you know, made a couple thousand, showed them my dashboard and stuff like that. And they were like, how come you still don't do it? And I was thinking to myself, you know, I always said I didn't have time, but I do have time. It's more of a mental mind shift to where you have time for what you want to have time for. So what I did literally within a few days of the conversation with the guys at the valet, I was like, you know what? I'm going to make time for it this time, and I'm going to stick with it, and I'm going to make this, you know, change the person who I am. I'm going to make me be able to, you know, become financially free and teach other people. So, you know, within a couple days, I was doing some product research, and at the time, my girlfriend was working at a place and mentioned to me something, and we found this product, and then, you know, reached out to them, the suppliers, and we got stuff rolling, and, you know, I started the store. First few days I didn't make anything, and then I remember I was working at one of my other jobs at the university that I go to, and I remember hearing that first cha-ching noise on the new store, and it was, you know, it's like $89 or something. So right then and there, you know, I started calling. You know, I called her, I told her about it. You know, I think I called my dad and stuff like that, but I told him, hey, look, it got its first sale. Let's see where it can go. that day, I'm not sure if it got another sale or not, but then I know the next day it got like 2 sales. So now I'm at, you know, almost $200. And then the next day it got like 3 sales. And I'm like, wait a minute, it's catching traction here. So then I was already focused on it. I spent a lot of time perfecting this one. I even spent more time than the first one because I knew this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to be financially free and not have to, you know, wake up at 8 o'clock, go to a job for 8-9 hours that I don't like, and then come back and, you know, have a, you know, $150 depending on how much I'm making. When I could be doing it from home. There's just too many resources nowadays, especially with the internet. There's just so many ways that you can make money, and we're gonna go through a lot of those methods on this channel. There's passive ways where you don't need any money to start, stuff like that. But so day 4 comes along. I think I made my first like $400 or $500 on day 4 of, you know, ads rolling and stuff. That is. Now a little backtrack, what I forgot to mention is the first product that I started with the store, it was actually a bust. I spent, you know, $100 and something bucks on the store just trying to reach people with ads and stuff like that, and didn't get any sales. I was a bit disappointed because I thought, you know, the product had a lot of orders, but it didn't get me, you know, any sales. And then I was thinking it was more of like a gimmick product. What that product was it was like some type of like sponge or something like that that's supposed to clean anything. I tried it out for a couple days, like I said, spent a couple $100 and didn't come away with anything, so I completely scrapped it. I restarted, and that's when I found, you know, my new product. And so I started with the drop shipping model. What I've converted it to now is more of a brand. So the stuff is branded. You know, I have a personal supplier, you know, that manufactures for me and stuff like that. I have a distribution center. So mine's more of a branded, but that's not where I encourage you guys to start. I actually encourage you guys to start with the drop shipping model, because literally you could start off with free traffic, doing like I did. Ask your friends, ask your family, your neighbors, spread the word about what you're doing, and you're just gonna get literally free money. So what you do is, like I said, when you find the product, it's pretty simple. You just import it on, and we're gonna go through all of that, you know, in this channel. This is more so just my story, how it started. So now with this brand, like I said, within the third month, we hit a little over 70,000, and that's because I really put my time in at the beginning. I really focused on it. The product is a winner. It's not a proven winner because I don't have much competition, which is good. It's good to find products, you know, that there isn't a lot of out, because I mean, think about it, guys. We have Amazon, we have eBay. If your product is there, most people are gonna go there. So try to, you know, find something that's not necessarily on there yet, something that you can't get in stores, and go from there. So like I said, this is the third month. We're a little over 70,000. My life has changed completely. I'm able to do what I want when I want, and not necessarily have to worry about expenses. I mean, I still am, you know, I try to, you know, budget, because I don't want to just get all this money and then, you know, blow it, spend it on stuff that I don't need. So I'm still, you know, not over here spending, you know, $5,000 at the Gucci store or nothing like that. That, you know, I like to invest my money and put it in places that it needs to be. So don't get me wrong there, guys. But anyways, so the way I was able to do this is I learned, you know, how to market effectively using, you know, Facebook and using, you know, Instagram, you know, leveraging off of social media to further push my brand to the top. And like I said, we're gonna go through that through this channel. This is more so just my story. so what am I doing now? Am I still in college? Yes, I'm currently still enrolled in college. Classes start in August, and I'm still I haven't decided what I'm going to do in terms of, am I going to finish school? Am I going to drop out and start, I do this full time, but am I going to drop out and just not worry about school anymore, since I've learned what I learned? And this is something that you're not going to learn in school. It's sad, but it's true. And this is just so you guys don't think, hey, how do I know if this guy's legit or not? It sounds skeptical. It sounds like a pyramid scheme. This is, this, as you can see, this is a live view. You see the time. But if I go in here, you'll see the dashboard. So it loads up. And like I said, this is literally just half the month. I believe today's like the 16th when I'm filming this. So no, this isn't, any type of gimmicks or anything like that. Most of the stores you probably bought from, you bought things from, operate this way. And that's just the truth about it. Most people don't know, but now you know. We're, like I said, later down the line, we're gonna go through this together, and we're gonna, build together. I'm gonna show you guys how I take stores, from 0 to, 5 figures, in a month. As long as you guys stick with me. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. This was more so just my story. It's not too much information about how the whole business model works. This is just, the basic understanding of it, how I went from 0 to, a little over $70,000 in, under 3 months. If you guys could just subscribe to this, subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up. It definitely helps out with the algorithm. So just like this video, comment on the video, spam the video. I'd greatly appreciate it. Anyways, hope you enjoyed it. See y'all on the next one. I'm out.